Okay, the storm came through. It was in the middle of the summer sometime, I don't know. And I remember I went out to the potato patch. We had a potato patch on the one side of the
Which house are
driveway.
we talking about?
The old house, yeah.
The one I don't remember.
The one you don't remember.
Okay.
And Vera was out there too, and we were looking to the west and the north. And we were talking about how terrible green the clouds looked. They just looked so green. You know, there was a storm coming up, and it was just a storm coming up. We didn't think much about it. Well, then as it got nearer, we, went into the house because we was afraid there was hail in it, because usually that's it. So we went in the house, and then we were afraid enough, we went into the storm room, that little room. Okay, had two doors into that room. One was on the south of the room, and one was on the north. And the north one led into my parents' bedroom. So then their bedroom was on the north side of the house. So we're standing in there, and it starts storming, and the wind comes up blowing, and it's hailing really bad, and of course it broke out the windows in my parents' bedroom, their north window.
You guys are the only ones home?
Mom, no, Vera and I, Mom, and the other younger kids would have been there.
In the room together?
Yes, we were all in the room. I don't know whether Ralph, I'm sure Ralph would have been born. I don't know, maybe he wasn't yet. I don't know, can't remember that. But Vera and I were both standing against that door leading into the folks' bedroom, and we were not little girls, and we could hardly keep the door closed. The wind was blowing so bad, and remember, there's the folks' bedroom there, but it was blowing so bad, it took both of us to keep that door closed. And, my mom said, because this is how we were raised, pray, we got to pray. So I start praying, and I just said one Hail Mary after another, after another, after another, after another, and I remember Vera starting Our Father one time, but I didn't take her lead. I just went Hail Mary after Hail Mary after Hail Mary. And when that storm was over, and we were worried about Dad, because we thought Dad might be caught in it. It was that time of the afternoon when Dad would have been around 5 o'clock or something, when Dad would have been coming home. Well, it didn't hit Plainville or no place, but it knocked out, I think, at least 9 windows on our house.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm. So Dad had to
repair
the hail.
That's a lot of windows to repair.
Yeah.
A lot more money we spend.
But see, I've gotten teased about that too, saying one Hail Mary after.
I don't think I'm gonna tease you about that.
Well, 9 windows would have been expensive for you guys, for your dad and your parents to replace.
Because I think it knocked out both the west and the north window on their bedroom. They had a north and a west window, and then the north window on the living room, what we call the living room, and then the north window's up.
It's not like you had insurance. You were living in this house out of the kindness, right? This is the house
Right.
that
This is the house that we
Hilders gave, just
we
like
never paid rent.
never paid rent. But your dad would pay. Do you think Hilders paid for the windows?
I don't think so. Although when the house needed shingled, I remember when the house needed shingled, Mr. Hilgers went up to the lumber yard and just picked up a bunch of shingles that were different colors but were left, from
Like end of the lot.
Yeah.
Of stuff.
coming out, and Dad put those on the roof on the south side of the house, So it was like gray and then green and then multicolored. I think there were 4 different layers down.
But he did a pattern. Is that what you're saying?
Well, you just do
Stripe.
one until it ran out, and then
he
did
did the rest.
another one. So it was an interesting roof.
So he made Mr. Hilgers may have gotten it cheap because
Uh-huh.
he bought the end of
Uh-huh.
the lot. Yeah.
But he bought it, and he bought the paint. We would paint the house, but he bought the paint.
But you don't think he bought the windows? And they didn't have screens on them, right?
Yes, we did.
Oh, they did. Did he have to replace the screens too? Was the bill that
Probably.
bad?
Well, I would
You
think
would
it
think
would
it
have
had to
been.
be. Yeah.
Because I
They broke
remember
the
there
window.
was nothing left. Yeah, I'm sure it ripped the whole screen up too. But you know, Dad would just buy screen and repair them himself.
Right.
Yeah.
They were different types of windows than we have now.
Yeah. This is where my 2 storm stories, yeah.
No.
Because I never lived in the house you.
Oh, right. I remember. Okay.
Right.
So then that's the windmill that made it.
That's the windmill that made it, and there was another, let's see. There was another windmill. No, maybe I'm wrong.
That
That's
isn't
got
the
a pump on it.
So that's not the
It's
one.
the other windmill. But no, that ain't the tower. So both the windmills are down. That would have been the windmill that was pushed completely over. And there was a chicken house out over here that Dad used as a
By the evergreens, you mean?
No.
No. Closer.
closer.
Okay.
But this is regular well. Oh, there's the. You can see the other one too.
Oh, I see. Okay, put it down, son. It's trash.
Yeah, this was a regular well, and we, it had a handle on the back of it, and we pumped it. And the Dad put an electric motor on it, and we just come and.
And that over there is the.
And that was the dug well. Well, see, that's part of that would have been
A ladder.
a
Yeah.
ladder on the other well. I don't know what that is. That was a dug well, and Mom was, of course, afraid that us kids would
Get in it.
fall in, so they used it to dump their trash in when we first moved out there, until she had it filled up, so she wasn't afraid that we'd fall in it.
Right. So was that wood over there?
This is what's left of what was left of the barn
After the tornado.
after the tornado went through. There was still some part that had a grain bin in the middle of that barn, and it didn't take that.
Oh.
And part of the one side, so Dad built a smaller structure over what was left. But it fell down in the meantime.